Welcome back, everyone, to Hearts of Iron 4, Kaiserreich China rework, the left KMT, the National Revolutionary Government. And this time we actually after we completed the first repatriated Congress of the KMT, while I was taking Unite Southern China, which I was skipping the recording of, we actually got the Warlord Negotiations tab on our decisions, which is what I had earlier taken these focuses for Hunan and Liangwang. And so I sent an offer to Liangwang, and well, reply from Liangwang, the KMT and Liangwang have agreed to work with us and have pledged their loyalty to the Central Committee. With this victory of diplomacy, our place in China has grown further, increasing our chances of securing China for the Kuomintang. There we go. So we have just annexed them. Now, let us extend our front lines, and oh, we have even more productive forces now. Not sure why I said productive forces instead of like normal language, but whatever. Yeah, unfortunately for us, Hunan, there is a prerequisite which we do not fulfill. Hunan click always falls. I'm guessing, you know, it's supposed to be like Hunan click controlled by the KMT in one way or another. So now we control all of South China. We got a bunch of equipment, and obviously we have these borders now. Ooh, we actually gained 20 interwar fighters from these people. So now we're gonna go after the Hunan click, because Unite Southern China is still going to give us the war goals, obviously, or well, the decisions to acquire the war goals. Anyway, we were looking at in the last episode of the political situation in the West. So the Yunnan clique is under Mr. Long Yun. There are two paths that they can take if their initial leader, Tang Jiao, is overthrown. Either the NRA prevails and they join the KMT, or Long Yun prevails and he is basically a regionalist. He's even an ethnic minority. He's a Yi, which is you know, one of these millions of ethnicities that exist in these mountains around here. The premier of the Spring River flows east. Directed by Cai Chusheng and Zheng Junli, The Spring River Flows East is a two-part epic movie depicting the hardships of a poor working-class couple in Zhejiang during the trials and tribulations of the National Revolution. Huh. Interesting. So a pro-revolutionary film. That is good. Alrighty then. We also have changed around our unit template a little bit. We removed the support artillery and instead put the artillery in the line. And now we can even just fully make it 7-2. We're gonna lack some artillery pieces, but that is very much fine. We're gonna be able to produce those, maybe not too quickly, but you know, quickly enough. And their aim is to make a strong army that can again move north to Beijing. Ooh, they're going for the pro-German route. Let us hope that yeah, okay, the Fengtian government no longer exists. So the Fengtian government is going to be probably our main like long-term rival at this point. So the Hunan clique should be a relatively easy stepping stone to greater things in the West. Now, as we said, Long Yun is his own regionalist kind of man. The Society of the Bamboo King. Now, the Sichuan clique is another ordeal entirely. They're also regionalist, but they're Chinese ethnically. And their leader is Yang Sen. Yeah, so basically we're gonna have to deal with them as well. They're the Armaments Clique. That's the name of the faction. So, I mean, we're just going to take either of these. It's really the same. None of these two factions are going to turn KMT anytime soon, so let's go. First of all, Where the hell? Okay, prepared to fight against the Hunan clique. There we go, so 7 days, we're gonna get that. We could support the CSA now. With 2,000 rifles. Let us do that. That's gonna give us bonuses when the American Civil War is over, and it's gonna help out some, well, relatively kindred spirits on the other side of the Great Pond, the Great Pacific. And at this point, we've gotten to a point in the game where 2,000 rifles is not like the greatest sacrifice. So yeah, let's do that. And really, the thing that we're looking forward to get is actually 150 army XP. There we go. Now we have the great war goal acquired. And the enemy troops out here are really just not sufficient to fight us, so. We're just gonna move in and, well, hopefully take Changsha, the capital, as early as possible so that we can capitulate them without really suffering much casualties or attrition. Serbia declared war on Bulgaria. Oh, really now? Wars in the Balkans. Who could have ever, expected this? Especially wars in Serbia. The most peaceful nation on earth. Serbia. Alright. Is he gonna move? No, he's not gonna move. Great, so we can take Chengde, or Chengde. And after that, Changsha should be a relatively easy capture, which should seal the fate of these enemy troops and this whole forsaken government. Excellent. Very good. I hope that they have some artillery in store. Oh, they do. They do have artillery in their division, so hopefully. Excellent. And this victory will be achieved without really much price, which is even better. And next up, I think the Sichuan clique would be the best option because they're already fighting Tibet and they don't really have that many divisions, and it's a really vital area of the country. Afterwards, I'm not sure if going for Yunnan right at the beginning or going for the Qing next is going to be a better option, because Yunnan might be stronger than we want them to be. Excellent. Hunan is ours. And now Sichuan is the next. Is upcoming. Excellent. And looks like they didn't really have much in store. They did have 130 convoys, apparently. And some fighters. So give me those fighters. Give me those fighters. And we can now integrate quite a few more provinces, but we first have a job to do. Because reconcile with the KMT and Sichuan is going to be followed up by the planning of the Western expedition. Now, these two are still fighting their own war. In fact, this is pretty bad because the Qing is militarizing. Now, however, we have more military factories than the Qing, which is a quite good thing. And I believe in terms of overall manpower, we are superior as well. We just need to train up more troops. There we go. Let us plan the Western expedition. I feel like training up a few more militia. Is not going to be a bad idea. Maybe even up to 24. How expensive would that be? So that's 11 divisions, right? We definitely don't lack for manpower, that's for sure. And in terms of rifles, well, each of these is 300. Ah, so that's 3,300. That is definitely a sacrifice I'm waiting to... yeah, well, kind of a sacrifice because, I mean, militias are kind of trash. But it is definitely something that I can experiment with, because the militias can be useful for different purposes. And while our main frontline units are still being built up, which is going to take a while because of the artillery requirement, you know, that is fine. The Russians have declared war on Alashorda. Oh, the Russians are moving south. Actually, the Mensheviks are in power here. Huh. Are they gonna do the right? Yeah, they did the Democratic Republic. Follow Washington, D.C. Okay, interesting. And there goes the feds. There go the feds, and now it's a freeway civil war between the PSA, the AUS, and the CSA. What's going on in France? The Phalanstère International. So the Travailleurs seem to have won the first elections. Good enough. Good enough. It shall have to do. Ooh. Looks like that's a bit of a peace treaty in the Balkans. Oh, the Ottomans are invading Bulgaria. Poor Bulgaria. Bulgaria lost Macedonia to Serbia. They did lose Macedonia to Serbia, and yeah, it looks like they lost to the whole Belgrade Pact. What else is happening? Oh, there's a big ol' civil war in Austria-Hungary. Although, big ol', I say big ol' for civil war, but it's only Hungary. Surprisingly holding out better than it's supposed to against the entire empire. The Shiroki Socialisti take power in Bulgaria. Okay, so Social Democratic is happening. In terms of Italy, we have the Christian democracy in the two Sicilies. Dici. There was a bit of a rework in Italy, I heard. Well, reworked. A rework, tiny rework in Italy. The Reds are going Cindy. Yeah, and like the whole reunification mechanics, which is a pretty good thing because they were kind of broken. While, oh, Italian Republic is going a People's Party. So the Republic survives. Restoration of the Federation. Oh, that's like the kingdom, right? Or rather, it is replacing the kingdom. Current ruling party is authoritarian Democrat. Consiglio Federale. Oh, wow. So the Federation is not a two Sicilies thing anymore? The old order, the status quo. No, that is the Italian Confederation. While this is the Italian Federation. Interesting, interesting. Well, in China itself... Oh, right, we can integrate Guangdong. Yeah, we're gonna have enough. We definitely want to integrate Guangdong first before these other provinces, because it is definitely the big powerhouse of these three provinces that we've just acquired. And in China itself, we still have the situation up here with the Ma clique being attacked and aggressed upon by both the Mongols and the Tibetans, those traitors to the motherland, to the great motherland which we all share, China. We shall have to put them down, all of them, especially the Tibetans. That country isn't real. Although, I mean, the Sichuan are doing a pretty good job of it already. They've encircled a lot of Tibetan troops in Chamdo. Well, I suppose a lot of Tibetan troops, and they're right on the doorstep of Lhasa. And that has also cut off most of the troops on the front line of the war with our good northeastern or northwestern brothers up here, our good Hui brothers. All right. Now we're gonna be doing some things. With our militias. First of all, I send a few over here because they're gonna be covering the western border while our real army does other things. And then I'm gonna send the others to other places. Now the Qing do have a navy now, do they? Yeah, so they could try to naval land behind us. But they seem to have basically all of their troops at the border with Shanxi. This is just such a huge opportunity. We're gonna first go after Sichuan and then very, very likely we're gonna leave Yunnan alone for a while. They shouldn't be that big of an issue, and if the Japanese invade, there is the United Front that is formed, like the United Front of China is formed, and honestly, if we don't, like, kill the Yunnanese, they're gonna provide some, hopefully pretty good soldiers for the cause, so I'm honestly starting to think that maybe we should just leave them be for now. And if the Japanese invade, hopefully they're gonna join our glorious United Front. Anyway, let's prepare for war against the Sichuan, because the Sichuan are they're not good people. The Sichuanese, never trust them. Anyway, you should probably just prepare the second Northern Expedition. I don't think the Sichuanese are gonna survive all that long before our onslaught. All right. Cool. Now it's time to industrialize with civilian industry. It is time, boys. We must make of China a great industrial power. Now, oh yeah, right. I think that. Oh, what the hell? Apparently, we're getting much more. Oh, now we have tungsten of our own. That is awesome. Now, I think that in Kaiserreich there is no like, yeah, there is no infrastructure improving resource gain, which is a bit of a shame. Oh crap! The independence of Sichuan clique is guaranteed by the Qing. Okay. Are we gonna gain a war goal? We're gonna gain a war goal. Alright, 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 alright. I almost did the big stupid. You wanted to bamboozle me. You wanted to bamboozle me. Alright, let us just use 8 divisions to advance into Sichuan. We're gonna have 8 more divisions. Ooh, no, 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 no. So, who could we have? Ooh, Yeting. Commando planning speed. Pan Wenhua. Sun Lijian. Sun Lijian with that organizer would make for a great field marshal. Now, yeah, you don't get that glorious modifier when you're doing this, but that's fine, that's fine. I'm gonna have a second army here. And then everything else is going to be handled by militia units. So yeah, actually preparing the second Northern Expedition, not really all that important, because we're gonna be at war with these guys relatively soon. So perhaps we should do the Revive China program? Or maybe, ooh, we should definitely prioritize more modernization in our army, because the coming moments are about to become very, very important for our future, and it is all about how our military fares. Now I'm going to yeah, that is fine. I'm going to remove all plans from the militia, just in case they like decide, oh, I'm gonna redeploy off somewhere. You know, big derp. And once we have dealt with the Sichuan clique and they've surrendered, we can redeploy these 7 divisions up here to the central front or to the north to move towards Beijing. Oh, Tibet has gone to peace. Oh shit, that is exactly the wrong moment for this to be the case. Are you planned up? Yeah, you are planned up. Very good. Let us declare war. We're gonna call in our non-existent allies, and they're gonna call in their very, very existing allies. Which is a bit of an issue. And we're gonna use these militias to guard our flanks. Alright. And they've called in the Qing on the western expedition, and that obviously bypasses the northern expedition. This is now the northwestern expedition. I'd really love to, again, just fuck them up, advancing north immediately, but, you know, considering the overall situation, this is not really practically doable. Instead, we're just gonna move west, because our main thrust right now is happening towards Sichuan, which is already moving west. Now, how is our army compared to the Qing? Oh, definitely our divisions are superior, but we need a bloody 150. That is so much. Oh, the second. Oh, I should have read that event. God damn it. Oh well, that's so sad. Alexa, play Night Raid, which is a cool piece of nationalist Chinese music. Actually, we're gonna send some raids across the Yellow River, which is this one. And in the meantime, these troops are gonna move to Kaifeng. And the objective of these guys is to cut off everything that the Qing has here from Beijing, and to cut off the Sichuan clique from the Beijing protection, essentially. Nope. Mashrik declared war on the Ottomans. Alright, you need to focus on Sichuan. Oh, actually, do they have planes? They do have planes in the middle Yangtze. So let us use our pathetic air force to try to stop them. And in the meantime, our glorious little people's units are going to advance deeper into their territory. Now, these troops have absolutely no fucking chance in combat, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Well, I say absolutely no fucking chance. Like, their troops are probably not that good. Country minus... Oh, they are doing their army reforms, though. Which means that they're gonna be quite superior to us. Now, Shanxi clique wants a non-aggression pact. Let us say no for now. Shanxi clique is one of those guys that maybe can be reasoned with. Alright. The overall situation near Wuchang looks pretty good. And yeah, as you can see now, they are attacking us on the line. Although, these troops are not really that good, so they're not really breaking through. Which is nice. Very, very nice. Okay, how's it going with the main advance? This one is the most important one. Take Chongqing, please. It is imperative that you do so at once. I'm gonna stop the utilization of the automatic plan because it's pathetic. Okay, go to Hankou. Shit, he cannot survive. I know how he can survive. Yo, big brain. Big brain incoming? Crap, that division needs to die. It's in a mountain province, that's the problem. Okay, good. Breaking through. The Sichuan clique. We want to capitulate them as early as possible. And shit, they have troops in Zhengzhou. But if we reach here, this hill, we can cut off everything south from Beijing. And that's gonna be a death blow, basically. And in the meantime, we have surrounded 2 of their divisions, which... Yo, they have, oh no, river crossing, okay. Okay. You move out like that. And you move through like that. In fact, let's send this militia guy up here. Like, some of these militias is definitely gonna be sacrificing themselves, but that is kind of the point. Like, as long as they focus on them instead of anything else that's more important, we're in a, you know, very good spot. All right. So, 1 encirclement complete in Wuchang. Very good. And excellent. They are now completely cut off from the rest of their country and from their allies. Which is obviously just the most important thing. Especially since their allies are being incredibly annoying at surviving. So we need to employ some pretty interesting measures. Alright, whatever. Oh, never mind. He's trying to move up. Excellent. Look at this cavalry unit doing the derps. Oh shit. They don't have enough troops to like really guard against what we're doing.